Good answer.
Otherwise,
boot him.
Boot him.
Do you think that's...
Boot him.
yes, boot him.
Do you think that's good?
Out of the mouth of babes,
Is that
wisdom has been perfected. That's in the Bible.
Natalie, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Usually we film when
yeah.
she's asleep, but today we're filming with her. And look at her beautiful makeup. She did her makeup with mommy. So welcome back to another episode of Life Advice You Do Not Hear in Church. My name's Tiffany. This is my husband, James, baby Natalie, and baby number 2, 6.5 months in. So we are actually putting James in the hot seat today because this is the video full of your questions for a man. And he is the token male in our home.
Yes, yes.
He is outnumbered. So we wanted to ask him a bunch of the questions that Natalie is currently ripping.
Wow, we're gonna have like document reconstruction to figure out these questions.
So gentlemen, I know you're out there watching this video. If you're a guy, please comment below your answers to these questions.
Feel free to disagree with me.
Yeah.
Like Tiffany said, I don't speak for all men. I can only speak to, what I perceive, what I've experienced. But hopefully it'll be helpful, and at least it will be interesting.
It will be entertaining. Okay, let's get right into it. This is a question I always wondered when I was single. Ainsley asked, do belly fat and weight matter? Are guys less attracted to someone with a bigger frame?
And again, this is based on my experience with guys I know and my guy friends. But I would say girls judge themselves on particulars like my hair, my breasts, my thighs. But guys take usually a much more holistic approach to saying and kind of look at the whole when they're thinking about, am I attracted to this girl? And I think if you were to line up 30 girls and, all different heights, all different weights, all different body types, all different skin tones, skin colors, skin blemishes, and you had 30 guys and you said, all right, guys, take me through all these girls. Would you, how many of them do you think are cute? Some guys, there would be 27 of them they think are cute. Some guys, there would be 3 of them that they would think are cute. But there's probably no one girl who everyone thinks is cute. And there's probably no one girl who everyone thinks is not cute. And all that to say is no matter what your body type or look is, there is a guy who thinks the way that you are is cute. There's probably a lot of guys that way.
Yeah.
Now, they might not be the guys that you think are cute.
That's part of the problem. I was like, nobody thinks I'm cute. And I'm like, none of the guys I think are cute think I'm cute. That's what's happening right here. Actually, I'll add something because I'm a man, clearly. I was very cynical about this question when I was single. And so I had like 6 or 7 guy friends who were extremely attractive. And I just assumed like they're going to go for like the cutest girl they can find. And they could get anybody. That was how I thought.
Tall, skinny blondes. That's who they're going for.
That's who I thought they were going for. And then they ended up, all 6 or 7 of them, with women who are not your...
They're not tall, skinny blondes.
Right. They're not like the kind of girl that our culture says is the most attractive. And I was just so encouraged by that. I was like, wow, that's so beautiful. Like they truly look at this woman and they love her. Like her vibe, her energy, not that she's super outgoing, but just like who she is, they're attracted to. And seeing that happen, at first I thought it was a fluke with the first guy, and then seeing it happen over and over, I was like, that is so cool. Like it's not just about what a girl looks like, it's who she is. How do you talk to a guy you're interested in without being awkward?
Yeah, so that's just difficult. It really is difficult, and honestly, you have to do it a lot. It's like practice. It's like learning a new sport. The first time you do it, it's like, I don't know how to catch or throw, but you practice, you do it a bunch. Eventually, you get better at it. Because, the thing that makes it awkward is you're not fully interested in them. What you're doing is you're like, what is he thinking about me? Or you're speculating about him. Like, the issue why it's awkward is because you're not honestly focused on what he's saying like you probably would be if it was someone you didn't have this big crush on.
That's so true. That is why it's awkward.
So just accept the awkwardness. Guys have that too.
Mommy can sit on the pillow.
All right, Tiffany's about to get a little bit higher in her chair. Why, thank you, my beautiful.
Okay, we had a lot of questions about pubic hair, actually. Like, what do you guys think about body hair? What if I shave or don't shave? Do you guys care about this? So let's get real here.
In my world, where you're saving sex for marriage, that's something you talk about when you're engaged. The wedding date has been selected, the invitations have been set out, you're starting to plan your honeymoon. I think then you can talk about that.
Okay, but I think there is this stigma that guys hate body hair, and I think honestly that stigma comes from porn.
Oh, that
I don't know
might
if
be
that's
true.
true.
So even though there might be, again, this stereotype, hey, women in porn have no body hair, or this stereotype that body hair is bad, you know, every guy is different. And I think that probably guys might not have a specific, this is the way I like your body hair, this is the way I like your hair, this is the way I like your outfit. Like that's static. It might be true in January, we like it this way, and in June we might like it a different way.
Variety.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big variety guy just in general. I like variety. So
7 on an Enneagram here. All about that variety.
yeah. So I would say again, there's no right answer.
Yeah, and that's something you guys
It depends. There's only one person that's going to see. So I would say that you have a conversation with that person, and you sort of go with the flow there.
And you see what you guys are both comfortable with. Like, it's not like he desires this, I must do it. It's like you guys talk
That's a
about
good
it
point.
and find
That's a
like
good
what you're
point.
both okay with. So
Yeah, it's an ongoing, like very friendly negotiation for something like that.
Oh, there were a lot of questions about, is it okay to ask a guy out? Like, do guys like
Yes.
being asked out?
I would say yes. Yeah.
No hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the personality. I can't think of a guy who would say, and she made the first move, so even though I'm really attracted to her, I'm not going to go forward. I would say pursuit is over time. So you should both...
Do you need help, Natalie? You need your water? I'm going to go get her water while James is talking.
Okay, yeah. So I would say pursuit is over time. So after you've been dating someone for 3 months, you're going to know, hey, you know, these are ways in which he pursues me, and these are ways in which I pursue him, and that's a healthy thing. So whoever makes the first move is really kind of irrelevant.
Can I add something about pursuit here? I don't know if you already said this, but it is one of my pet peeves, this idea that the guy has to pursue the girl. Like, yes, you want him to pursue you, but you should also pursue him. Pursuit is meant to be mutual. If only one person pursues the other person's going to feel miserable that they're not being pursued.
That's not a real relationship. I mean, think about a friendship. If one person is always the one initiating the get-together, it's not really it is more one-sided.
So pursuit is mutual. It's not about who asks who out first.
Yes.
How long did it take for you to know that you wanted to marry Tiffany? You hear about couples dating for a short amount of time and for a really long time. So I'm curious how long it took you and how you knew she was the one.
Yeah. Do we have a video that tells like the longer version of this?
Yes, I'll leave it down below called How We Met.
You should. That video gives the long version. But the short version is that I can't really point to a time. The analogy I use for this, because I love my analogies, is wading into the water. So, you know, as Tiffany and I got deeper in our relationship, I was never like, yes, she is the one. I was like, all right, this is where we are. This is a big life decision. I definitely really want to keep being with her. And eventually our relationship developed to the point where it was like, well, to take this to the next level, that would mean getting married. And I had to think about that. I was like, well, am I 100% sure I want to get married to her? Well, I don't know. I've never decided this or not, whether or not before. So, but what I am sure of is I don't want to stop being with her and go off looking for someone else. So let's keep moving forward. And as we got closer, my excitement and my confidence built.
And even I think after our first date, you were like, I have no idea if I even like her or not. Let me just ask the next logical question. Do I want to go out with her again?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to go out with her again. And so we did. So it was very like step by step. So it depends on the person. But that's how it was for James.
A little fragment. Question fragment.
When you're married, is sex really all a guy thinks about?
Well, I mean, I am asleep for 7 or 8 hours at night, so I don't think about sex then.
Oh, really?
I think, again, it depends on the guy. Our American culture is, I think, extremely over-sexualized and over-focused on sex, and that just feeds into a guy's interest, or the guy's natural inclination to want sex, because I think in a lot of relationships, the guy is more interested in having sex, or is interested in having sex more frequently than his partner.
And that is totally depends on the relationship. We definitely know couples, it's the opposite, but I think maybe statistically speaking, it's more often the guy.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I look at Tiffany and I think, she's hot multiple times a day. But that doesn't mean that I want to have sex with her multiple times a day, every day. You know, I think there's a difference between thinking about, sex, I'm thinking about that, and being like, we have to do it now.
And I think there's this idea in Christian circles that like, if one person wants sex, you have to have it right then to be a godly spouse. And I don't think that's true. It comes from this verse in 1 Corinthians, I think chapter 7, where it says like, treat the other person as if like your body is not your own. But like that goes both ways. That's not just the woman, for example, saying he wants sex, so I have to have sex right now. That also goes with the guy saying, well, let me see how my wife is feeling today. Is she exhausted from chasing a toddler all day? Does she have energy? And it goes both ways. So sometimes you take that verse out of context. So let me just
that's a good point.
put that out
I mean, and sex is an appetite like anything else. So if you are like me, you have an appetite for milkshakes. Every time I think about a milkshake, I don't drop what I'm doing to go buy a milkshake. There would be a lot more of James if I did that.
That's true.
A lot less in James's wallet if I did that.
Maybe we'll
Me
do
small
one more question,
friend.
you think?
Sounds good.
Fairly
For
simple.
those of you that grew up in church, you might appreciate this joke that Natalie is still fulfilling her Nazarite vows. No alcohol, no haircut. It's like baby Samson.
Oh man, there's two that I can't decide
All right.
between. So we're gonna
Do
do two
both of
last
them.
questions.
Perfect.
Number one, why don't guys speak about their feelings for you, even if they have feelings for you?
Two main reasons. One, a lot of times guys aren't as developed putting their feelings into words, even for themselves. So many times I'll talk to guys, especially younger guys, younger than 25, and how do you feel about this? Something that you should have feelings about, like, I don't really know, man. I just don't know. And like that's a common problem that guys are just not self-aware, self-expressing. So that would be one thing. Number two would be a lot of times guys can be not quite as committed to a relationship as you might think by their actions. So they might just be still feeling things out, and they might be holding back on saying something because they want to see how it goes, and they like what they're getting from you physically, or they like how they're feeling, and they just want to see what they get. It's okay to talk to a guy. Wait, you seem like you're interested, but you're not saying anything. Why?
Yeah.
You should be able to come up with a good reason.
Good answer.
Otherwise,
boot him. Do you think that's
yes, boot him.
Do you think that's good?
Out of the mouth of babes,
Is that
wisdom has been perfected. That's in the Bible.
Is that too extreme?
I don't think so.
Okay. Last question. How can you tell the difference between a guy being super friendly and a guy that actually likes you?
Honestly, you have to know him to know. And a lot of times you have to, talk to people who know the guy well and be like, what is his deal? I don't know that I would ask, hey, do you think Joey is interested in me? It would just be more like, Joey seems like, is he always this friendly to people?
Joey. That's your cousin's name. So
We are not speaking about your 2-month-old cousin, though. Just to be clear.
Joey does cry sometimes, yes.
But a lot of times, guys, and I can think of times in my life where I've done this, they love getting attention from girls. So you'll flirt or show attention to a lot of girls as you get like some energy from them being interested in you or from trying to get them interested in you. So
That goes both ways. A lot of us girls like to do that too, yeah.
So I would say if a guy seems interested, hold the emotional horses. Just kind of reel it back in. Spend some time trying to get to know him as a person to see, is this someone you might want to be invested in? But don't start thinking, oh my goodness, he is so interested and our babies are going to look beautiful. Like,
Natalie has a stuffed animal she wants to share with you. Is this
exciting.
your narwhal?
Hi, narwhal. How are you?
Oh, you're going to go get another
Are you going
one?
to go get another one?
Okay, well, I hope that could be helpful. Again, gentlemen, I know you're out there. Comment below your answers to these questions. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.